Oh, look. I can see far in the distance. So very, very, very far away. Let's see if I see any ships or sea creatures. Ooh, I think I'm seeing something. Oh my. I see a dogfish and a catfish. Wow. I see a dogfish and a catfish. Amazing. Oh, hello. This is my YouTube channel, like that, and if you're joining me today for this video, I'm going to be doing a carrot video today. I've done a lot of carrot videos, not like a million of them, like that, but I've done a couple of them, and this is going to be a carrot video. This is basically going to be sort of a look out for carrot video and like that. So, I guess the way you can phrase that is that you can take that both literally and well, like literally and figuratively. So basically, I guess the easiest way to put it is that the lookout position, which I'm a big fan of for carrot, and this is basically what I'm going to be discussing, is how basically the lookout is perfect for carrot, but also you can look out for carrot to become the new straw hat. So yeah, it's kind of a double meaning situation when you think about it. Okay, so and binoculars come in handy for this situation. So yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? Oh crap! I gotta be careful of those. Yeah, okay, there we go. See a lot better back there. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? All right, so I'm a huge fan of Carrot joining the Strike Crew. I've said this before in plenty of the other Carrot videos I made before. Now I've also stated that I'm perfectly okay with Oda telling his story the way he wants to tell it. So if Oda does not want Carrot to be a Straw Hat, then I'm perfectly fine by it. Will it be a little disappointing? Yes, but would it get me to stop reading One Piece or stop being a fan of the series? No, not by a milestone. It won't. But I am supportive of it, and I really do believe that Carrot has a fair chance. And basically, in this video, I'm just going to be going over my general thoughts and opinions on why I believe Carrot is perfect for the role of the Lookout. Now, I should mention that my opinion on the matter is not to change anyone else's opinions and thoughts on it. I'm just here to give my own thoughts. So if people don't like Carrot as the Lookout, that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to change their opinions, and I'm not here to make anyone else's opinions who do like the matter of it even greater than what they already are. I'm just here to give my thoughts and to see if anyone likes my idea or if anyone is against it. It's really all it is. Okay. So, to basically start up, Carrot is a rabbit mankin like that from the land of Zoa, which is basically on the back of a giant elephant and named Zunisha. Now, there are a lot of well, basically, the thing you can look at for Carrot in general is why you can probably look at a good role for the Lookout. It's like that. It's because we were basically giving a lot of crow nest structures with Carrots like that. It's like every good panel that we had her in while I was on the ship, just basically on the ship alone, she was mostly up high in the crow's nest. Now, that's not to say that in every single panel or in every single chapter she was always in the crow's nest. No. It's just like when she was on the ship, one of the many places that we actually saw her was actually in the crow's nest. And, matter of fact, when the Strides were actually escaping from Whole Cake Island, that's really where Carrot was mostly was up in the crow's nest. And we'll go further into that a little bit later. Now, before I actually get into the whole topic of the lookouts like that, there's something I want to go over first. And I feel like this is very important to state that, some people are basically providing statements and saying that there's no reason for lookouts like that because it's not like an official role on the crew. It's like that. The way I see this is that now in reality, lookouts are an actual position on a cruise ship, right? They are an actual real position that is basically needed or is provided. Now, in some cases, this might depend on the particular person in charge of the ship. To be precise, there could be some. I'm sorry about that loud noise and loud banging you're hearing. I do apologize for that. I live with some pretty loud people who don't know how to, be quiet sometimes. But the key on with what I'm saying is that, lookouts are an actual position on the ship, but this can also depend on the particular person in charge of the ship, all right? So take, for instance, let's say you run like a massive, insane big ship and stuff like that, and you have like over like 50 or 60 crew members and stuff like that, and then it probably doesn't matter who's necessary to look out and stuff like that, because like you can have a lot of people switch back and forth. That's pretty much like how the Strides did it, is where, they each just basically took a turn and provided that situation. Now, because of this, a lot of people think it's not really relevant and important. But looking at that, there are a lot of situations with the Straw Hats they didn't necessarily need that for. So, like, let's take for instance Jinbei. All right, Jinbei is a great helmsman. All right, he's the best helmsman of all the Straw Hats and stuff like that. Where he actually knows how to actually drive, basically sail the ship on the waters or is currently on the waves of the currents so unique that he actually knows the best routes to take in the water to gain better speed and stuff like that. He knows like he basically is one with water where he actually knows. And well, I mean, obviously he does because he is a fishman, obviously. But because he's so better at it, he's really the best person for that job. Now, one thing we gotta understand is that for a long time the Strides have gone without a proper good helmsman like that. The Straw Hats know how to sail the ship. They know how to steer the ship and stuff like that and navigate its direction between starboard and starport and left and right, all that kind of situation. They know how to do all that. But when it comes to like really giving it its all, like going to 100%, that's when Jinbei comes in. All right, and Jinbei is perfect at it. The Straw Hats are probably more of like maybe 50 to 75%, I would say. I do apologize for any noise that you're hearing in the background or something like that. I do apologize. Okay, I really do. Okay, so another reason why. Okay, so one reason to put out exactly is that the Straw Hats didn't necessarily need Jinbei, right? Now, look, I'm not saying that Jinbei didn't have no rights to join the crew, right? Luffy basically wanted Jinbei to join the crew, and Jinbei gladly accepted. And now he's an official member, right? But that's not really what I'm here to basically discuss, right? I'm just basically pointing out, the Straw Hats went a very long time without a helmsman, and the fact that they were willing to ask Jinbei to join the crew, and Jinbei is basically perfect for that role. To me, it only makes sense that he is destined for that role. And I can see the same situation for Carrot is that the Straw Hats have gone a long time without someone being a lookout. That if Carrot does join the crew, then the lookout is basically the perfect position for her, and I feel like she would be great at it. Now, another reason why a lot of people state that they don't necessarily believe that there's no real reason for a lookout is because all the Straw Hats have haki and stuff like that. Now, most people aren't like completely specific on this exactly. Not all the Straw Hats have haki, all right? Only a few of them do. As far as we are confirmed at the moment. And right now, the main haki we're going to refer to is observation haki, which is basically Kinbunshoku haki. Now, this is basically a form of haki that grants the user a sixth sense that allows them to sense the presence, strength, and emotions of others, as well as gain limited recognitive abilities. So basically, it allows you to basically have a sixth sense that allows you to sense the presence of someone around you, their strength of like how powerful they are, their emotions, like what are they feeling, and like that. You can they can even be behind closed doors or closed walls, and you still be able to feel their presence. It's like you're like a spider, like a spider sense, like Spider-Man spider sense. It's kind of like that in a way, all right? But maybe a little bit more unique in its own way, but kind of a similar situation to that. Now, because a lot of people bring this up, they state that there's no reason for Carrot to be a lookout since most of the Straw Hats have observation haki. Now, we should basically confirm that the only ones that we know of that have observation haki completely are basically Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Jinbei. Hey, now, out of all those 5 that I mentioned, only 4 of them that we can probably assume that are basically masters of it and actually know how to actually work it. Usopp has been confirmed to have observation haki. He opened it during Dressrosa arc and stuff like that, but unfortunately, we haven't got much opportunity to, basically, we haven't gotten much opportunity to basically see Usopp really wield the observation haki as much as the other Straw Hats and stuff like that. He has been confirmed to unlock it, but unfortunately, we have not really got any big real connections to prove that he's unlocked it and really shown to use it in the manga. There was like an anime special that basically took place before Film Gold. That was one of those anime specials to lead up to Film Gold. There was a moment where he was shown to have observation haki in that, but the filler animes are basically not to be considered canon in some people's eyes to the manga themselves, unless Oda directly confirms it that this anime is actually, or this filler is to be connected to the manga itself, then you can consider it canon. But unfortunately, if it's not actually stated by Oda himself that yes, this is to be confirmed that this is canon, and stuff. It's like if One Piece, like take for instance One Piece Strong World and stuff like that. Shiki is a canon character and stuff like that, but he does have his own movie Strong World, and the movie Strong World is not actually canon. However, if it comes out, basically reveal that Oda comes out and basically says, wait a minute, wait, hold on, everyone thought that Strong World was a non-canon movie. Man, I thought everybody knew it was a canon movie. If Oda comes out and basically confirms 100% that One Piece Strong World was a canon movie, then it is a canon movie. But unfortunately, right now it's not. So it's kind of a similar situation to that. Now, basically get back. So, we haven't had much time to provide with Usopp with observation haki, all right? But we do know that basically Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and I believe Jinbei all know about observation haki and how to use it, all right? Now, the thing about observation haki is that, it takes a great deal of concentration and it takes up a lot of energy to actually wield it. So it can basically, you basically have to have a good concentration, all right? Let's take, for instance, Katakuri and stuff like that with Future Sight. Katakuri basically stated that in order to, really yield Future Sight, you have to be, basically, your mind has to be in a concentrated mind, all right? You cannot lose focus at all. You have to practically stay focused no matter what. And, because of this, it can take up a good deal of energy and stuff like that, and that you have to constantly train yourself as much as possible. The Straw Hats, while they have learned observation haki and stuff like that, they're still growing with it. So it takes up a lot of energy of them, and they're not necessarily, so basically they don't practically use it every single time. They only use it when they need it or when it's actually necessary, all right? So in that case, that really provides good statements and reasons to why you can understand why just because some of the Straw Hats have haki doesn't necessarily mean that Carrot cannot be a good person for the lookout. Now, alright, so now that I basically got that out of the way and stuff like that, now we can get into the main topic of the video, look out for Carrot. Okay, so one of the first reasons that basically gives us a good moment to finally realize why Carrot is good for the lookout is when, now this doesn't necessarily give us a confirmation or basically tell us that Carrot is basically going to join Straw Hats, or he didn't even give us a hint to state that Carrot was going to join, well, not necessarily early, it didn't give us any providings to state that Carrot was going to go with us on this adventure, but you can see it as the first step up in line. Alright, so when we first meet Carrot and Zoe, in the moment, and it's like that, after Luffy had got separated from his other crew members when they first arrived at Zoe, Carrot had managed to make a giant leap into the air, which astounded Frankie to see Carrot to be able to jump that high. In this moment, Carrot basically looks out in the farther distance on the opposite side of Zoe and sees a commotion on the other side, and basically provides that Luffy is on the other side, and that's where all the commotion is. Now, this is the first step where basically gives us this moment to basically see that not only can Carrot basically jump high, extremely high, but she also has good eyesight to be able to see in far distances, and she has excellent hearing. Her hearing is outstandingly good. All right, the person doesn't even need to be in her line of sight. It doesn't even need to be right next to her or something like that. They can probably be a mile away. All right, matter of fact, Carrot's hearing might be almost close or similar to observation haki in a sense. All right, I'm not saying it's exactly the same or it's practically like one in near perfect, but with her hearing, it's like that. Her hearing might be better than anyone else, especially on the strike crew in general. And because of this, like take for instance in Wano's like that, Carrot was pretty far away, and she was able to hear Perosphero's voice, however far he was. All right, but he basically was close enough for Carrot to hear him. And because Carrot has actually good eyesight, she has good hearing, and her good jumping abilities give a good statement and provision to see why she is perfect for this role. Now, all right, so when Carrot basically stole away on Luffy's ship and like that to go and help the Strides save Sanji, right? There were two main reasons on why this happened. All right, the first reason is that Carrot wanted to go see the world. All right, she basically she was tired of living on the back of Zunisha and like that. She basically wanted to go out there and see the world. All right, that was one reason. The second reason is that Carrot basically also wanted to help save Sanji as well. Right, there's no denying that. All right, Carrot did want to save Sanji as well. Right, she was very thankful for Sanji for helping them out, and she even felt bad for what happened to him. So she wanted to basically give her support and help them out. Right, she wanted to help them out. Right, so not only did she want to go out there and see the world, but she also wanted to help out Sanji. Right, that's a given fact. Now, throughout the entire course of during the whole Cake Island arc and stuff like that, this is really where it started getting to us and fans when we see where Carrot is mostly at most of the time. In a lot of cases, she's always up in the crow's nest. Now she's not up there in every panel or every chapter, but she was up there enough to where basically everyone was seeing that's the best place for her. That's where it makes sense, and she did a great job. And one of the many reasons why this come into play is when the Straw Hats left Whole Cake Island. This is when it really came into play completely. All right. So basically, to sum it up, when the Strides leave Whole Cake Islands like that, it was Carrot who was up in the crow's nest who basically kept her eye out on every single thing surrounding him up in the far distances and stuff like that. No matter where it was, no matter if it was in front, to the sides, left and right, behind, it doesn't matter. Carrot was up there in the crow's nest, keeping her eyes out in every single direction, letting them know what exactly was to come or what is to come and what is coming. And basically that's how it was, and she did a fine good job at it. Now, back to the whole hockey situation, out of all the crew members there who were actually part of that, who were basically leaving at that time, were basically Luffy and Jinbei. I'm not sure if Pedro had observation hockey. I don't think he did. I don't think he does. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he does not have observation hockey. Yeah, okay, yeah, so he had observation hockey, but unfortunately, Pedro ended up sacrificing himself in order to help the Strides escape, right? And so it has been confirmed. So Pedro did have observation hockey, right? But in terms of on the ship, when the Straw Hats were leaving like that, the only ones who actually had it that we know of completely were Luffy and Jinbei. Now, unfortunately, Jinbei was too busy actually sailing the Straw Hat ship and like that. He was too busy meaning taking control of the helms in order to basically steer the ship in its in the necessary direction in order to follow the current. Now, because of this, and basically I should also mention Luffy, but unfortunately Luffy was off in the mill world and stuff like that. So that's also something to come up. Now, because of this, because these two were too busy doing something, they didn't have time to actually stay focused and to basically keep their observation hockey in an immense way to basically keep focus in every direction, every threat that's coming their way. So basically, Carrot was the one. I'm sorry about that noise you're hearing. But Carrot was basically out there in the crow's nest as keeping an eye out and helping Nami and keeping an eye out on what was coming or what is to come. So basically, like what I'm saying, some moments that we actually get out of this is that Carrot was the one who basically was to let Nami and everyone else know when there was trouble coming. All right, we see this when she basically warned everyone and told everyone that she saw some ships in the far distance and stuff like that. And even like you. And stuff up, and not only that, but she was holding a pair of binoculars and stuff like that. So it really goes to show you that Carrot has always Carrot has always tried to look out for any kind of situation. She's always tried to look out for the what is to come or what is out there and stuff like that. It basically goes into a good enough reason. Socks, knock that off. So, he basically goes into a good reason, and why a lot of people understand why the lookout position is for her is because, Carrot has always basically wanted to go out there and see the world. Right? She's always been like a lookout provided to the fact that she's always wanted to go out there and see the world. Right? And that's tough. And I feel like that's a very understandable thing to consider. Now, another thing to go over, or in general, is that other things that we get out of this for Carrot is that she was also the one to basically warn the Nami and them that Big Mom was coming was basically coming their way. So not long after Pedro had died and stuff like that, after Carrot had basically mustered some strength and stuff like that. I mean, she was still in tears after what happened, but she did gather muster up strength to basically get in the crow's nest and keep her eye open. And she basically warned them that Big Mom was walking on the water and stuff like that. Now, in reality, Big Mom wasn't actually walking on the water, or there was a candy slug that Big Mom was walking on, like a candy homie that Big Mom had created and stuff like that to basically walk upon the water and stuff like that. Yeah, but Carrot was very helpful in that situation to allow to basically give warnings or messages to let the Strides know about outcoming or incoming situations. Right now, another thing we have to consider and realize is that the Strides hockey, like observation hockey, only really works when it comes to like living beings in a way and stuff like that. So it might not always work for situations when trying to find land and stuff like that. So you can see this as a better helpful situation when Carrot can also help the Strides give details and moments to say land ho. Think about it. Like, have we ever heard anyone in the One Piece world think about that. Like it doesn't matter if it's in the manga or in the anime, but has anyone in the One Piece world ever said the famous land ho? Or even or shiver me timbers. I don't think anyone's ever said it before. I could be wrong, but it sounds like that hasn't ever been said before. Okay. So, we've got a lot of good moments for Carrot and the crow's nest and like that, all right? And because of this, it's really, it feels like every time we see her up there and every time when she tells us to try something important, and it feels like it's also telling us, the audiences, the readers, or even in the anime watchers, that basically telling us is that Carrot is doing a fine job at this, and she is doing a great job. And, the thing about Carrot is that she's always trying to be helpful, right? It doesn't matter who it is, if it's to her new friends that she makes or if it's to old friends like that. She's she's always helpful, right? It doesn't matter if it's her old friends, good friends, it doesn't matter. She's always trying to be helpful to the ones that she cares about, right? Even she was even good enough to even go help out her friend Wanda from Zoe and stuff like that, and fought alongside her and together to even work together to go and try to take down Perospero. Unfortunately, they failed and stuff like that. But Carrot is still a good enough fan, and people still want her to join the crew. And I do believe that she has a good enough reason to join the crew and stuff like that. And if she does, I see her as the best lookout position. Now, one thing we should probably actually get clear, that if she does join the crew, that doesn't necessarily mean that Oda has to have her as the lookout position. He can probably give her a different role completely, but judging from how everything's going, the lookout position is the best place for her. All right, so other things we need to go over exactly is this: is that some people also state, hey, well, what's the real reason? There was no perfect reason for Carrot to be there, right? She did nothing. In reality, she did exactly what Oda wanted her to do, and this is something how most story readers need to understand stuff of, is that when you're writing a story, while in general a reader can get mad, but at the same time you also have to understand that when a writer is writing a story, he's writing it the way he wants it to be written, right? And so if Oda wanted Carrot to be there for that situation, he basically wrote her for that situation. Now, sure, there are some times when things are going out too far, too long, like that, some things might be forgotten or out of hand. But when you actually write something and you're actually choosing something for that situation, it is to be used for an important moment. Sure, it doesn't have to be insanely important or overall the most important thing of all time, but it is used for importance if it feels like it's needed for that moment in the panel, in that moment in that chapter. All right, and Carrot for the Lookout was the perfect role for that. Other things that we need to go over and stuff like this is that looking at Carrot and stuff like that, I mentioned before in how my videos and how I can see Carrot and how I can see Carrot join the crew and stuff like that, is that I feel like that she would want to get stronger, right? I feel like after hearing Pedro's message that she would want to get stronger and stuff like that. And to me, that is a good moment to state and a good reason to why she would want to sail the Strike crew. As a matter of fact, a lot of people always state that you can't be a member of the crew unless Luffy asks you themselves. I don't think that's necessarily the case, all right? I don't think it would matter. Let's say for instance, when Carrot first came on the ship and stuff like that, when she first was seen on the ship and stuff like that, I mean, sure, it shocked everyone, including Luffy, who was surprised to see her there. But after Carrot had basically spoke her mind and told everyone why she was there, that she wanted to go out there and see the world and she wanted to help out everyone, say Luffy, say Sanji, Luffy didn't mind. I mean, he was not bothered by it. He did not hate it at all. He was perfectly okay with Carrot coming with them on the adventure. And so you can see that as a good reason to state that, even if after this whole situation is done and after Wano, Carrot was to ask Luffy, hey, Luffy, can I sail with you guys even longer? I don't think Luffy would mind. I don't think Luffy would even care. I don't think in my opinion, I don't think there's no problem with asking Luffy to join the crew, all right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I do think in some situations is that, Luffy isn't just going to let anyone join his crew just because they're a fan of him or they respect him in general. Well, no, I feel like it comes down to it when someone has a very good reason to join the crew, and that's it's not take for instance Bartolomeo and like that. While Bartolomeo is a fan of the Strides and like that, and Luffy considers him a good person and a good friend, I don't think Luffy would be willing to accept him on the crew crew because of that, unless he had like a very good emotional reason to join the crew or sail with them. But I feel like because Carrot has actually joined the crew and has sailed with them before, I think it gives enough reason to state that if Carrot asked to join the crew and even sail with the Strats even more, I don't think Luffy would be against it. I don't think any of the Strats would be against it. I think they'd be very welcome of it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it in general for what I have in this video. But look, I just want to give my own thoughts and opinions on the whole lookout situations like that. I like Carrot a lot, all right? But I'm also willing to let Oda tell his own story and like that. So that was the main product of this was the main product of this video. So look, I really appreciate everyone who stuck around for the video. Thank you very much. I want to apologize again for any loud noises that you might have heard that was in the video that was a little distracting. I do apologize. But thank you so much for joining me for this video. So yeah, that is it. So thank you. You all have a great day. Feel free to like the video if you like the video. Go ahead and leave a comment down below on what you think about Carrot for the Lookout, or any idea on what you have on the matter. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and one thing, and I also started my own Twitter page and like that, or I'll basically be keeping like sort of posts or updates on certain One Piece topics or other things in general, whatever comes to my mind. So feel free to follow me on Twitter and like that if you ever get a chance, if you want to. But that is it. So thank you, and you all have a great day. Bye now. Hey everyone, this is just a bit of a quick update because I realized when I finished making the videos like that, I forgot to mention something important. Now, to basically sum it up for this is that, with Carrot being the lookout moments like that, I've already started giving my thoughts and opinions on it throughout the entire video. What I want to go over in this moment right here is basically, the way I can see it is that Carrot could always be a good number for lookouts like that, because from the way how it is and like that, like she can also handle like days and night structures and like that, especially like how things handled in Zou, especially with her and Wanda being like a support team of like being both a part of the Nekomamushi's Night Guardians, or even Inarashi's Dog Musketeers and like that. They were basically like a part of like a group that was able to go back and forth between them. So you can see this how it doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night, Carrot can always be really helpful in these situations. Now, the only real moment where I feel like Carrot probably wouldn't necessarily be the lookout position is if it was on the nights of a full moon, right? And we all know what exactly happens to Minks on the night of a full moon. Now I feel like when it comes to like really big situations, that's when it will happen. But I feel like on the nights of a full moon, that is really when it comes into play on when it would be the best situation. So I just basically wanted to say that real quick, is that but yeah, so I'm still supportive of it, but I just wanted to mention this part real quick. So I can't believe I forgot about this part, but so yeah, so that is it. And one more thing I should probably mention, that another thing I want to mention is that Carrot was so helpful and stuff like that. She was even the one to even let everyone know that Sanji was on his way back with Luffy after Sanji had basically gone off to make a cake. And matter of fact, I'm just now realizing it. When I was saying that video before, I forgot to mention Sanji was also there. It's like I'm sure a lot of people are like already typing in the video and in the comments and like saying like, you forgot Sanji, Yeah, I forgot Sanji. I'm just now realizing that, but yeah, I forgot Sanji. All right, well that's it. So thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you got a chance to watch it, I really appreciate it. Feel free to smash that like button if you like to. Go ahead and leave a comment down below on your thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and feel free to hit the notification bell. You all have a great day. Bye now.